What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of The Road to Glory. Apologies for the hoarse voice, the sniffing, the bung nose. I'm just a little bit ill right now. It's your fault, I blame you. 25 wins, 4 losses after 29 games. I have to admit, I too am cheating. I have joined the 4G army, as I like to call them. However, my cheat is a little bit different to those that are using the 4G disconnect, glitch, lost, cheat thing. My cheat is Ronaldo. I'm sorry. Just kidding, Ronaldo is a cheat code. How cringe was that? On a scale of 1 to 10 in the chat, how cringe was that? I tried to make it funny, but sometimes it's just not there. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's just not there. But let me tell you guys, Cristiano Ronaldo is the cheat code. You can tell by the title of the video. That's right, I've ruined the video. I got Elite 1 again this week. I wasn't going to play all my games, so I'm going to address that first, because I know people are going to be like, NepentheZ, you always say that you're going to stop and then you never stop. It's because I always have the intentions of stopping. And one thing that I did this week, other than play phenomenal FIFA, because I did play some really good FIFA this week, I feel like I played the best FIFA of FIFA 18 this week. Other than playing some phenomenal FIFA, I just didn't put pressure on myself this week, and it made a world of difference. You know, I played 9 games on Friday, I played 9 games on Saturday, and then I played up to 25 wins on Sunday. And then it was late at night, I did squad battle rewards, and I was just sat there and kind of like, hey, you know, I'm 25-4, which is where we're at right now. And I thought, hey, I've got 11 games. I could have one of the worst runs of I could have the worst run of my FUT CHAMPS career and still get Elite 3. So why the hell not? Let's just play through. And what ended up happening is I ended up winning and 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 winning. And eventually I was like, hey man, we might as well just play through all of them. I got a lot of quite easy rage quits because it was late Sunday night. You know, there's not much time left. I think you'll see at the very end of the video, there was only like 3 hours left by the time I finished. So I finished playing my games at like 4 o'clock in the morning. I hate playing that late at night because I'm usually super tired and I play worse. But I was just playing some good FIFA, and I was just happy, man. I was just playing really good FIFA. I'm happy with the team. I can't wait for team of the group stage. First improvement is gonna. I would like to see who's in team of the group stage first, but team of the group stage Kimmich, should he get one, will definitely be slotting into my team instead of that red 86 Kimmich. And team of the group stage Cristiano Ronaldo, depending on his price, I'm gonna buy him. If he's less than 3 million coins, I'll pick him up. If he's more than 3 million coins, I probably won't pick him up. And the reason for that is because his team of the year, in my opinion, will be around the 4 million to 4.5 million coin mark after the market settles. So I'm not going to spend 3.5 to 4 million coins on a striker Ronaldo or a left wing team of the group stage Ronaldo when this current Cristiano Ronaldo is already so damn good. So that's where we're at. Now I've got lots of comments to get through. We've got 20 minutes of just all the last games, the last 11 games that I played, 20 minutes of it. I didn't cut anything out. Did I cut some goals that I conceded out? No, I wanted to show everything because with these new the new cheating allegations for everything, of course everyone that wants to and is questioning me and my abilities has come out and caused me a cheater and so on and so forth. And so I thought, hey, let me just show you everything. And if I show you everything, you can tell that I'm not doing anything untoward. So there you go. I'll show every game, every goal scored, every goal conceded. I show you a game actually that did disconnect at 0-0. The guy had a decent team. He felt like a decent player in the first 15 minutes, and then the game DC'd. I don't know if he just was, you know, I don't know if he cheated, if we actually DC'd. Funnily enough, I'll get FUTWiz up for when that game comes about. But the guy is a registered top 100 player. He's not a top 100 player, but he's a registered top 100 player. And he's from the rest of the world region. So it might have just been a case of we got matched together incorrectly because I'm from the European region, he's from the rest of the world region, and the connection was just wank. You know what I mean? It might have just DC'd. So I'm not out here accusing him or anyone of anything. But at 0-0, he had a good team. It was a tough game at that point. The game DC'd. So we'll get to that though, guys. Funny says, do the Roberto Carlos SBC is a beast. I'm sure he is a beast, dude. I'm just not interested. I haven't worked this hard this year to generate this many coins to throw them all away in SBCs. What SBCs have I done? A few minor ones. We've got a couple of the Player of the Year cards. We got those Path to Glory cards, which is actually more of an investment than an SBC accomplishment, because if/when they get upgraded, they will be high-rated cards that will have cost me less than 10,000 coins each. But just generally speaking, I don't care to do the icons specifically because, and especially again with certain icons that I think EA have got wrong in terms of their stats and their abilities in game. As soon as Alex Sandro or David Alaba get 1 or 2 informs, they will have stats very similar, if not better, to Roberto Carlos. They have better like height, better physicality. Like, you know, Roberto Carlos just isn't what he should be in the game. But also, when Team of the Year Marcelo comes around, he will be better than Roberto Carlos, and he will be considerably cheaper. If we look at Marcelo's price from last year, let's go and get positions, left back, left wing back. So Marcelo's Team of the Year price last year started out at let's go to all. Started out at around the 600 to 700k mark. By the end of January, was down in the 500s and in the low 500s at that. Spiked during April, and it spiked as well, almost up to 1 million, because of the FIWC. I know a lot of the FIWC players were actually bringing him on in midfield, and a lot of them started him at left back, and then also moved him into the midfield late game. So he spiked because everyone needs Team of the Year Marcelo kind of mentality came about, and he went up in price, but then he just gradually collapsed back down, and he settled around the 400 to 500k mark. So you're looking at 400 to 500k for a tradable Team of the Year Marcelo who will have insane stats, right? So there's that. If you then look at Roberto Carlos SBC this year, you are looking at 1.3 million coins for an untradeable card that you can do nothing with but play. And so you could buy even Marcelo when he's first released, when he's first out of packs, you'll be able to buy him for cheaper than you could buy Roberto Carlos. And I know people will say like, oh, but Roberto Carlos is an icon. He gets links to everyone. I can understand and appreciate that. I don't think that's necessary this year. I don't think the icons have... I don't think the icon link is worth hundreds of thousands of coins. There are other alternative players and better players out there that do the same job. So, and that's why I've shied away from doing a lot of SBCs and a lot of icons. I've learnt my lesson from last year. Instead of doing mindless SBCs and just ruining my coin total, what I've done instead is put those coins into players that have helped me achieve more and do bigger things. You know, this weekend league... this is Weekend League 9, and this is my second Elite 1 finish. I've also got 1 Elite 2 finish and 5 Elite 3 finishes with just the 1 Gold 1 finish, which was week 1. By this stage last year, I don't actually know when I hit Elite 1 last year, but I only hit it once, and I only hit Elite 2 4 times last year. So I only hit Elite 2 and 1 5 times throughout the whole year. And I've already hit it 3 times this year in just 9 weeks. And I've been much more consistent in terms of my gameplay. And that's in no small part to having a much better team. And that's also in no small part because of the effort that I put in through squad battles and the fact that I've been incredibly vigilant with my coins. I've done good things with the coins. I've done the right thing with the coins. And I've took on board a lot from a lot of people this year. You know, instead of getting angry at the game when I play somebody better than me, or getting angry at matchmaking when I play against a pro player, I'm trying to learn from that. So every time I played against someone that I know who they are, I've immediately messaged them on Twitter afterwards saying, good game, would you like to play some more? Remember that guy a couple of weeks back that had that full icon team, like all the best icons, and he beat me 7-0. And he was just a great player. And he made a video about beating me, and there was a thread on Reddit and a thread on the forums about him beating me. And I said in those threads and on the forums that, hey, this guy was just... He was just too good. He was a good player. And his team was so good that it really helped accentuate his skill set. But generally speaking, he was great. And so what I did is I went and found his Twitter and I tweeted him and said, hey dude, would love a few more games this week if you've got any time. He didn't respond to me, so I didn't end up playing him again. But instead of me just getting bitter and angry about the fact that he was better than me and beat me, I was like, let me play him some more. Let me try and figure out why he was able to beat me so easily and so comfortably, so that way I can actually learn from my mistakes. And then when I played Ideals FIFA 2 weeks ago, I played him and he went 40-0 that week. I asked him if he'd play some games against me. He did play 2 games against me and he gave me some incredible feedback off the back of those 2 games. He let me know in no short terms that I basically am not going to be good enough to get top 100, especially not this early on in FIFA. Maybe later on in the year when a lot less people play it and when I will have a super team. But he basically said that the gap between Elite 1 and top 100 is huge and I'm not good enough. And although that's hard to hear, I respect it because that's the game, by the way, guys, where the game just disconnected. 0-0, Angus Leo 4. Let me type in Angus. So he is a registered top 100 player. He's not a top 100 player. He's got a region rank in October of 117 and a region rank in November of 134. So he's a quality, high quality player. But as I say, his region, and you can search on FUTWiz yourself by taking his gamer tag, his region is the rest of the world region. So I don't know if we just matched incorrectly and, DC'd from the servers against each other because it was just, essentially the wrong connection. But yeah, going back to Ideals FIFA, he gave me some great tips, some great advice, and he gave me a harsh truth that made me focus more on the things to hand and right in front of myself rather than being away in a dream world of being in top 100. And he's right, the gap between top 100 and Elite 1 tier players is huge. You see Gorilla this week. Gorilla played 3 top 100 players, a whole bunch of Elite 1 and Elite 2 finishers, and he demolished them all. He finished 40-0 again, and he demolished them all. And that's the true difference between a pro and someone like myself or someone like this, an Elite 1 player, is that they get to focus all of their energies and all of their attentions to this game day in, day out. Whilst I do play FIFA for a living, I'm a content creator. So, if, for example, this 20 minutes right now, I'm sitting here recording this video, a pro player is playing a game, learning, getting experience, figuring some things out. During me rendering and uploading this video, a pro player is playing another pro player, figuring some new tactics out or understanding the game mechanics better. During the time that I was recording these games, a pro player doesn't have to record their games, so they don't have the added burden of, hitting the Elgato and recording things and making sure everything's in the right order in terms of video creation and content creation. They have a lot more time. And although that was a hard thing to hear from a pro player saying, essentially you don't have the time and you're not good enough at the moment you need that time to become a pro player, it actually woke me up to the fact that, hey, let me stop going for a dream that is probably not going to come anytime soon, and instead let me just focus on winning my games, getting better, and making sure that those tough games that are the difference between me getting Elite 3 and Elite 1 are the ones that I win. Because those games where I come up against the top 100 players and the pro players, I might sneak a win here or there like I have done in the past, but the harsh reality is I'm likely to lose those. So I can already attribute 3, maybe 4 losses a weekend to just better players than me. So let me focus on the other 34 to 36 games a weekend where I'm going to be playing people either as good as me or worse than me and figuring out how to beat them. So I tried to get better a lot this week, and I've put my energy into my team. So in terms of doing things like Roberto Carlos SBCs and stuff, Roberto Carlos isn't going to improve my squad. He might be a great player, but as I explained this to Nick last night. From my experience again and from my perspective, Ronaldo is so much better than Alessandrini, in spite of the fact that Alessandrini's stats are so good. Not because I played better or I played worse opponents or anything, but Alessandrini is the kind of guy that when I'm already winning 3-0, will go and bag a couple of goals, bag a couple of assists, and will help me win a game 7-0. And those 4 or 5 goals that he might score in that game, or those 3 or 4 assists he might get in that game, are actually quite futile because they didn't help me get the win. I've already got the win because I'm just better than my opponent, and these are just added goals to compound victory. Cristiano Ronaldo, and in many times like that game that you just saw there, Thierry Henry, they score those goals that just win the games by themselves. They score those goals in those really difficult games where I'm like, damn, I need a goal from somewhere. And Ronaldo will just hit a 35-yarder that Alessandrini can't score. So Ronaldo's so much better, even though Alessandro for me has insane stats. You know, he's got an incredible goal-to-game ratio, an incredible assist-to-game ratio, but they're kind of like empty goals and empty assists because they were scored in goals in games where they just didn't really mean so much. And as I say, on the contrary, Cristiano Ronaldo is a player who scores goals in games where I need a goal. I'm like, damn, man, please somebody score. And then Ronaldo, Henry break through. They score a banging goal. And I'm like, yes, that's what I needed. And that helps demoralize my opponents. And it just helps me pick up wins. So I think a big reason why I got 34 wins this week is because I've improved my team in the right areas and not just for the sake of improving the team. I could go and get Roberto Carlos and play him there instead of Alexandro. I wouldn't get more wins because of it. Roberto Carlos might score a wonder goal here or there. It would be because I'm playing against a guy who doesn't know how to defend properly. He gives me the space to take a 40-yard shot with Roberto Carlos and score a goal that is like, oh my God, that's an incredible goal. And people are going to be like, oh, see, we told you Roberto Carlos was great. When in actual fact, I could have scored that goal with a bronze left back if he gave me that sort of space and time. I've already gone through 15, 16 minutes of this video. I actually hope what I just talked about kind of gave you guys some help and some guidance in helping you get better. Because playing people that are as good as or better than you regularly will really help you open your mind as to how you can improve as a player and really help you understand that this game isn't actually out to get you and isn't out to conspire against you and doesn't want you to finish less wins or more wins. It's just a case of you understanding the game mechanics and knowing your level and how to improve. That's sadly the truth. This guy here that we see on screen right now, I had 2 games left. I needed 1 win. This guy was the best guy I played all weekend. He was considerably better than me. He managed the game much better than me. He held possession better than me. He created more opportunities than me. He was competent in offense and defense. And I don't know, I very highly doubt he watches my videos. You know, not everyone I play watches my videos. But if I would like to know where this guy finishes on a weekly basis. And if this guy does happen to watch the videos, or if anyone knows who this guy is or whatever, get him to message me. I'd love to give him a few more games, because these are the games, if I can start edging these sort of games where he was better than me but not a pro player, that's when I'll consistently become an Elite 1 player. When I can start getting closer in these kind of battles. You know, I made a big mistake here. You can see, boom, 2-1 down, 28th minute. I just pass him the ball. I actually get a little bit unlucky with the rebound, but I concede a goal because I made a human error. If I eradicate that error from my game, although he was a better player, I might have snuck a win in that game, but that's neither here nor there. Now, I actually picked a lot of comments from this video, from the last video, a lot of really important comments. I guess I'm going to have to do them in another video. I'm going to save all of these. I'm going to record the next video very, very soon, and it's probably going to be a live recording. Probably like a Ruin a Randomer style video, just so I can get through all these comments, because I didn't expect to talk about my experiences of how to become a better player a lot this weekend, but I guess that's where I've been. But you can see this guy ended up beating me 4-2. It was 4-2 by half-time, and that's how it finished. And as I say, you know, he was just a better player than me. He was a really, really good player. Yeah, he created a lot better chances. He held possession better. And that left me, guys, needing 1 win from my last game. When I got Elite 1 back in week 4 or week 5 or whatever, I also lost my penultimate game and won my last game by a rage quit. I was playing good FIFA. I went into this game quite confident, actually, because I was like, look, I'm playing good FIFA, man. Like, that guy was good. He beat me fair and square. I've been beating guys that I should be beating. I've played some super teams and I've demolished people. I've made some rage quits. We came up against this team, 4 icons, and then just meta players buried around those icons. An absolutely insane team. And after 15 minutes, I had already created so many opportunities and I hadn't scored. Instead of getting flustered this evening, or, you know, during this game, instead of me getting angry about missing those chances, that's what normally happens for me. When I miss a few easy chances against a player that I feel like I'm better than, I start getting angry. I'm like, oh man, this game's out to get me. This guy's going to score. I don't stay composed and I end up bottling it, essentially. In this game, I was just sitting there. I had some good chill music playing in my earphones, and I was sitting there. I muted myself in the Discord call with Toby and Bateson and them. And I was just sat there and thought, no, you know what? I am better than this guy. I've spent the last 15, 18 minutes knocking at this guy's door. He must be panicking. He must know that he's you know, he's under a lot of pressure. He's got an insane team and he's barely been able to create an opportunity. So I was like, let me just keep playing. Let me just keep playing. Like, no pressure. Just take my time on the ball. Let the chances come. And the chances came. And then in the 38th minute, I got the third goal with Kimmich there. And boom, we get ourselves a rage quit. So I was super happy that he rage quit and gave me kind of like what is an easy win in the last game. But more impressed with myself to not only get 34 wins this weekend, but also finish third in the world on squad battles. That was impressive for me. And I think it's because I put no pressure on myself. I learned from my mistakes of the previous few weekends. I'd improved my team and I spaced my games out far better than ever before. But as you can see, guys, we finished 34-0 with 3 hours and 31 minutes remaining. This is going to be the end of the video. Thank you for watching and I'll see you next time. I'm out. Peace.